Welcome to the channel and Medieval Kingdom Wars, and this is going to be an overview video of updates 44 through to 48, which were released in the second half of January and the first half of February 2018 if you're watching this in the future. This was a whole series of updates that I wouldn't say introduced major new functionality to the game, but what I do like about these updates, and all credit to the devs for doing this, is rather than ploughing ahead and just introducing lots and lots of new functionality, what they're doing is going back, listening to player responses and comments and polishing what they've already done, rebalancing the game. And I really like that, guys. It's one of my bugbears with many games that they've always gone charging ahead, and they've left bugs and features in the game which are incredibly irritating even after the game has matured after several major updates. And I really like this approach by the devs, and the actual final update 48 is now them returning back to the focus of working on the diplomacy, which they really laid the foundation for in the end of 2017. Now, I'm not going to sit here and read through all 5 updates and all the details. What there will be is a link in the video description to each one of the individual updates if you guys want to read the details. So what I'm actually going to do is go through the top level ones here, which is going to be, I cannot really demonstrate visually, and then what I'm going to do then is actually go in and show you some of the visual effects that I can demonstrate to you guys. But before we do that, as usual, I'm going to let the devs have the first say. It says here, update 48 is live, and that was released on the 13th of February 2018 if you're watching this in the future. We are getting back on track with our production plans and continuing to work on major new features. Today's update bring 2 new major additions to the game: Kingdom Rebellions and Campaign Battle Saving. More awesome diplomacy and campaign AI updates will be ready next week. New battle save features will automatically and manually save campaign battles and automatically resume when you reload your campaign. As we are still working on the solution to the occasional crash in battles, the save feature should help minimize the loss of progress. Rebellion game mechanics will no longer let you attack your own kingdom without penalties. If your standing of your king falls below 0, you will be declared an outlaw and rebel and find yourself hunted by your own kind. So no more attacking your fellow lords with impunity. If you want to expand your empire, you've got to take the risk of, well, falling out with everyone else and becoming a rebel kingdom, which has got some very interesting potential in the game. I'm quite very interested to see where that actually develops. Anyway, guys, let's get back to the top level features of the updates. I'm not going to go through them update by update. I'm just going to go through them. And the main highlights that grab me is the fact there's now a Steam cloud save being added to the game. They've added loading screen tips, which you will see when I actually go into the campaign. In skirmish mode, you can now change your name, and they've also changed some of the visual effects on the campaign map, and they've also improved the zoom in. With update 45, I will mention this one specifically, they've now introduced the Portuguese language to the game, and they've updated some of the textures. The big feature of that update was performance increases. Update 46, there was actually a full Chinese translation added to the game, and what they also did is they added a resource cap to the RTS game, but that was actually then modified in the next update, where it was actually increased to 6,000. I'll demonstrate that once we get on the campaign map. In that, and they've also been working hard on the combat and pathfinding, which I think any of you guys who fight real-time strategy games that include battles, pathfinding has always been a pain in the neck, and well, I think it's the thing we have to live with, but every attempt to improve that is always very welcome. They've also added an extra attribute to the storehouse, which increases the town storage capacity by 3,000. Again, I'll demonstrate that once we get on the campaign map. Then, of course, the final update 48, we've now got campaign battle saves, as mentioned with the dev overview, and also now if we upset the members of our kingdom, we will actually, well, end up in trouble. And just to illustrate, guys, what actually happens is if you've been fighting a campaign map and you've saved and quitted or crashed, if you come and when you click on this to continue the campaign, it just automatically takes you to where you want to go. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start a new campaign. Where should we play this time? Let's play the Kingdom of Castile, just for the fun of it. And so guys, you can see the now loading screen tips come up. I actually learnt a couple of things by actually watching these tips, so they are quite useful in their own way. Here we are on the campaign map as Castile. You can see now we've got our own heraldry there. I think that's the one for Castile where we can always check. So we come in the Chancellor, we find the Kingdom of Castile. Yes, that's the Kingdom of Castile. And here, oh, it doesn't show there. I was expecting it to show there. Oh well, never mind. It'll probably come up eventually. At the moment they're all still Castile. Don't know. And of course we can now give gifts or throw hostile intrigue at our fellows. I don't know, can you do the king as well? That's okay. And you can see, so the king's got renown. Oh, we've got a renown of 0. Everyone else is okay, so it looks like we've got to build our own renown. And I suppose, how much money we got? We got a little bit of money, so if I want to be friends with the king, wow, no, maybe not. Maybe they need to work a little bit on this, that if you're going to kind of be nice to the king, he should be 1400, maybe a lesser lord. It should be less. Obviously throwing abuse at them is cheaper than actually doing it. And of course the other new feature down here, guys, now is you've got doves to show who you are at peace with. So we're at war with the Holy Roman Empire. England, as usual, England's always at war with everybody. And of course we're at peace with a lot of other people, so that actually works, guys. That's really, really cool. And as I say, I must admit, I do like having these heraldry on the settlements now, rather than what was before. We used to have the big flags, which to be honest, I found slightly irritating. And what we can do is, can we find somebody else in Castile? What's it? Salamanca here. You're a level 1 settlement. Maybe if we come down and declare war, just going to speed the game up a bit. And just see, I want to try out this standing. So we're coming down here. Okay, and of course I'm just going to go for an auto resolve. I guarantee I'm going to lose because, yep. I think you really got to build your armies up now, and you can see that I've actually taken a lot of casualties and I've lost a lot of my chickens and various other bits. And what we're going to do, guys, is come in here. Oops. Just get rid of that. It's a bit of an overlay there, guys. Where's that army? Why can't I close that? Okay, it's closed now. A little bit of a glitch there, guys, but that's to be accepted. So if we now look at our Chancellor and look at me, and so I've got -15. My standing has dropped by -15, but I'm not sure. I'm assuming renown, so my standing with the king is, but I'm not being declared outlaw yet. So that's a mechanic to be investigated in the future. And of course, I suppose what I could do is come here and where am I? Where's the kingdom? Well, we got the cash, so if I apologise dramatically to the king, I get -10. Yeah, so my standing's now only -5, so you can actually so effectively what you've got to do is, if you're going to start declaring war on and expand your internal empire now, you're going to have to build up a little bit of cash and comes here. Oh, looks like these guys are coming back for another go. Okay. So we actually at war with you? Okay, let's just got to watch this, guys. Oh, he's off somewhere else. Okay. Important news. Okay. So that's the king. Okay. He's off going to war somewhere. Anyway, that's not part of the reason for this video, guys. And what I want to do now is we're just going to go into the city. You can now rotate the map using Q and E keys. You can zoom in and out with R and F. Interesting. Got to try it, guys. Of course, they've now taken out that long load screen from them. So that's first rotate. but you can also hold the mouse and rotate like this as well, guys. Anyway, let's get our serfs working, because that's what the first thing you got to need to do. And we'll get here. I'll just put the cart down here, because of course the storage cart actually cuts down the journey time for these guys. And of course I think what we will do is the first thing you always build in here is a barn, because you want the food situation. But if I draw your attention to the bottom right here now, you'll see this wooden crate and it says 6,000 on it. That is your storage limit. Now, the one comment I will say about this, guys, is that you get 6,000 irrespective of the settlement. And it just seems a little bit odd that you've got a major city like this that's got a limit of 6,000, and you can have a level 1 hamlet that's got a level of 6,000. I think that may need a little bit of refining in the long term, guys. Just going to speed up a bit, jazz it along. I mean, to me, a major city should have maybe 6,000 or something slightly higher, and a small hamlet may have a smaller one down there. And if I build a storehouse just to show you guys, I mean, well, maybe that's all going to be polished over time. We've got plenty of wood, so. And of course, this isn't proper gameplay, guys, so don't take this as the way to play. I have been playing a little bit off camera, and I just get into a feel, because I'm starting to feel the game's getting close to a point where I feel that maybe I can actually start working on a campaign series, although I don't think it's going to be a full campaign series. I think what I might do is just like some demo gameplay now. But if you just watch as the storehouse builds, in fact, what I might do is redo the channel. And if I come down to the right hand side here now, guys, you'll see that my storage is now increased to 9,000. And the other thing I also want to show you guys, this is really cool. And if you come here, hopefully I'm going to have the stone. See, wow, the building's actually upgraded as well. I know, trivial, minor, but to me it's just something that adds to the game. And from the gameplay that I have been doing, guys, actually boosting that up, just get some chickens and pigs in to get the food supply running. Upgrading your buildings is now very, very important if you want your cities to grow very, very quickly. And that's a very, very cool feature, actually, guys. And of course, what I really need is a couple more serfs, just to get the city as productive as possible. And of course, there's another feature which I noticed in the last update video up here. It's these triangles coming down from the top of the map, and I wasn't too sure what they were, and I kind of ignored them like a bit. But what it actually is, if you highlight these and then press that, see it's now 1. And if I now come off here, oh look, we got and if I press the 1 key, you can see we've now got a group. And if I come up to my armies up here, so what we could do is like have these guys, and this is now group 2. So if I double click on here, that takes me to group 1. That actually takes me to group 2. So they've now actually improved the grouping within the game. Now, I've checked the update notes and I didn't notice it, so it's either something I missed in the previous video, or, well, this probably is, I just missed it, guys. So, right, let's get these guys. I think you can task the livestock, because obviously they will start to stand there, and then they will slaughter the pigs as and when they come here, and maybe even the chickens. Yep, they're doing a little bit of slaughtering. This is a very good way to actually build up your food supplies. And again, you've got this feature here with the day-night cycle coming here. I mean, you only go up to ×2 at the moment, which is okay, guys. And but I must admit, I do like these maps. Right, guys, this is where I'm going to leave it. I've covered all the main highlights for the 5 updates that this video covers. If you want to see the details, there will be links in the video description. What I will say, guys, is if you want to see something specific like the tutorial or a skirmish battle or something like that, feel free to add a comment. There will be a campaign eventually, time permitting, and I think once the diplomacy is a little bit more rounded out, or alternatively what I might do is just a short kind of getting started type video rather than a full-blown series. If you would like to see something like that, by more means put it into the comments on the video, and I think this is where I'm going to leave it. Hope you've enjoyed this very short overview of the recent updates, and until next time, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.